copies of materials that I'll leave for you now.
Okay, if you could just briefly just speak to the bill, whether you oppose it or don't oppose it.
Yes, I just need about 3 minutes, that's all. Exactly. And the originals and everything are right here for you. I come before you all, Madam Chairman and the rest of the committee, I come before you all as a 6-year former resident of New Hampshire. I just recently moved last year.
Just before you get going, and I was amiss not asking the last gentleman, but if you could just please sit down.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't know what you preferred, so that's fine.
That's fine.
Very well. I hope you have received my 5.1-page letter that I emailed to the committee previously, and then I hope that that's been received as well. And I hope you all have had the opportunity to listen to the colloquy between Senator Letourneau and me last year, in which I pointed out
Mr. McKay, we're just talking to the bill in front of us,
right.
Not what happened last year in the conversation.
Well, all of this is directly relevant, however, Madam Chairman, if you please allow me a little bit of latitude here. Okay, because last year the decision was that until the community supports this, okay, and the vote was 15-0, then nothing should ensue. There should be no, so that's why I think that is germane. Right, so I think it's germane, because it's kind of like, not quite a binding precedent, but certainly influential precedent. So, I think we need to examine whether or not that was the correct decision then, and whether or not it's the correct decision now. And at this point, the simple answer to the first part is to identify the fact that Senators Letourneau and D'Alessandro are, again, not from the community. That's one thing. The warrant ballot came out. People may not like the fact that the ballot failed, but a vote is a vote. It's a democratic process. And so it failed. If had it passed, these same people would be saying, oh, it passed. So it doesn't work. The simple answer in the second part is to further note that we know that Senator D'Alessandro has a substantial war chest, and I've emailed that to you all.
Speak to the bill, please.
I am going to speak to the bill, Madam Chairman, if you please give me a little bit of latitude here. Okay?
Well, I don't want to hear about other senators and whatever their campaign war chest is. If you could speak to the bill, that would be good.
Well, we're going to speak to what makes a just society then, okay? And in my opinion, we need to go back to the ancient Greeks, okay? We're going to go to Thrasymachus, and we're going to go to Plato, okay? And what we're going to discuss here is the fact that, Thrasymachus would say, might makes right, okay? And we all know that law enforcement has a lot of might. I'm a former assistant attorney general. I know law enforcement has a lot of might and power, okay? And so does Senator D'Alessandro, okay? So Thrasymachus would end his inquiry right there and say, we must pass this bill because they say so, all right? But Plato doesn't say that. And I agree with Plato, and I think this whole committee should follow this doctrine. Plato speaks to it and says, look, we need a temperate society, okay? And then just as with the individual, you have spirit and the appetitive, bounded by reason. No particular aspect of the state, such as police power, can tower over everything else. That's impermissible, okay? I have fact. As you may know, I have sued the government under right to know in this instance, and I'm not going to take too long on this, but with all due respect, Ms. Sharon Davis McKay is not correct. There were many more than 3. Well, she was allowed to testify about what she thought, so I'm just taking a quick minute to say.
About what you believe, and if you stick to the bill, I don't want to hear about other people.
Okay, but you gave her latitude and not me. That's all I'm saying, okay? And I'm saying that she's wrong. There were a lot more than 3 filed complaints against him, okay? And that's a fact. I've read them, all right? Furthermore, in the last moments of his life, okay, and since the purpose here, I guess, is to honor him because he died allegedly in the pursuit of justice, the fact of the matter is, he was violating several standard operating procedures in the last moments of his life, as State Rep Sorg will tell you, okay, as the Littleton Courier agreed with me, and there was a paper that I emailed to all of you as well, okay? So, there's a misconception here that every fallen officer gets an award, okay? I researched this, and to my knowledge, Joseph Gearty, he died while he had a prisoner in a car, but as I understand it, he had an improper chokehold with a belt around this man's neck when he died. Joseph Gearty, to my knowledge, does not have a road named after him pursuant to statute. I think it's RSA 443-3 or what have you. I don't think he has a road named after him, so it is not automatic. And I think this committee needs to know that. To sum up here, I think it would be unjust for the committee and the larger body politic of the entire state to grant some type of government imprimatur to this sort of activity. In fact, it would be the antithesis of what is just. And I think when we look at this whole thing, the fact of the matter is, the whole investigation was not just. Multiple felon Gregory Floyd, the so-called Good Samaritan, twice said in his interview he said nothing to Liko Kenny before he shot him. Then he changed his story.
Mr. King,
there's a bullet in the windshield that shows that...
Mr. King, if we can speak to the bill, I don't want to hear about the investigation. Do you support your card says you do not support the bill. Is that correct?
I do not support the bill,
Okay.
No, I don't.
Hear about the investigation?
and we
Hear
should,
about the-
well, it's all part and parcel of the same issue, but in any event,
We're not here
we
to
should
be
remember,
judges. We're here to, whether you agree or disagree on whether there should be a sign on the highway, and that's all we need.
well,
I
some
don't
people
want to
here
hear
got
about the investigation.
some people here got a fair amount of latitude, I'm moving on past that.
It's not here, we're not here
That's-
to judge what happened.
That's fine, but I got commentary from other people that went that direction, so I'm just asking for a similar amount of latitude. No, I'm moving on now.
I'm saying, I also asked everybody to stick to the bill.
Okay. Now then, to sum up then, I will remind everyone that it was Lee Kilkenny who unfortunately lost his life, as well as the officer Bruce McKay, Corporal McKay. And I will remind everybody that who asked for backup first, both in 2003 and in 2007, Lee Kilkenny asked for backup. But at that time, and at the moment of his death, Officer McKay told him in 2007, no, you have no right to back up, okay? And that instilled more fear in an unstable individual than was already there, okay? And to name a roadway after that officer now is going to instill more fear in the general public than is there now of law enforcement. That's why this needs to be voted down. That would not be a just result. Plato and Socrates would cringe. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none? Is there anyone else who would like to speak? I have no more cards. Excuse me? Did you want to speak?
No, I thought we'd
Okay.
done.
So I see no more cards. And, yes, Representative Graham, could you just read off the blue sheet for us, please?
Senator Downing, Representative Taylor, Christopher King, I can't read the next one.
Representative Graham, can you say opposed or unopposed?
First two, Senator Downing, Representative Taylor in favor. Christopher King is opposed. Sorg testified. Virginia Jeffries is opposed. Elizabeth Sargent spoke. Jeff Peabody didn't check a box. And Laura Sappho is in favor. Grafton County is for.
Thank you. Seeing no one, testifying, is closed. Thank you all for coming. We're running late, so we're going to go right to the next bill. Yeah.